The comments that I made on the first episode
recap, yeah.
I was like, okay, I feel so much more interested and excited to see
it. Is a completely different show by making it every episode is a new year.
Absolutely.
Because it's almost becomes a monster of the week.
I think the big conflict is like, are
them
they
figuring
able
their
to
shit out,
are they able to adapt with what life throws at them?
Right.
Which is relationships.
Welcome back to another episode of Boys Love, Boys Love. This week we are recapping episode 2 of I Promised You to the Moon. And as always, I'm Adam.
I'm Archie, welcome back.
And I promise I'm Adam. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's a nice little gray day here in Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much.
How's your winter wonderland, Alani?
We are not sponsored by Alani, but
if you'd like to.
Okay, we're talking about episode 2. This is what I'm affectionately calling the trauma episode. For you and I specifically. Mm-hmm. I think normal people don't have any trauma about this.
I think when we first watched that first episode of I Told Sunset About You, that first scene is him auditioning.
Yes, for
and
college.
We both, our reaction was so big because we were like, I didn't know this was going to be about acting.
Yeah, but then it really wasn't. Like, the first season really isn't about that.
Yeah, and now we're in it.
This season is about the upset, the trials and tribulations
of being a theater student. Hello?
Being a theater student, being a working actor, the decision, like the active choice you have to make to do that as like a career path, like every day, consistently.
Yeah. So here's to rehash all that.
So here we go. Here's our background. We went to college together. Mm-hmm. We went to theater school. Mm-hmm. I was too scared of being a working actor, so I told RJ I was moving to Walt Disney World to work there. Mm-hmm. And then he, on his own accord, to be clear, agreed to come with me. Uh-huh. And then we did that. And now
we're talking about BL on YouTube.
And now you're an artistic manager of a theater company.
Artistic director.
Artistic director, yes.
Thank you.
And I'm
playwright.
just a girl.
What do you do?
Successfully.
Quickly.
Nothing. Okay. We start this episode in movement class.
Oh my God.
This is what I mean.
This
the trauma
right away
out the gate.
Of like, just listen to what your body wants to do and everyone will follow along. Flocking, following the energy.
Mask work.
Oh
my God.
What Laban techniques? Come on, divas.
I just want to say this. There was once like an interview where like Meryl Streep said like she doesn't like rehearsal footage of her like being filmed or whatever because she's like, that's not the product. Like, it's not like cooking where it's like interesting and technical.
Absolutely.
It's all so ephemeral. And until it is good, it is bad.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like bad and then it's good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this might be controversial.
And some people never get to good.
Yeah. This might be controversial as a BL reactor, but that's why I don't enjoy watching behind the scenes stuff.
I enjoy some,
but it's rare that I'm like seeking it out because the way the sausage is made isn't as interesting to me sometimes. Sometimes I am, like if it's like a technical a feat was created or
yes.
Or like there's something very specific in the show that I'm watching that I'd like to say how it's made.
Yes.
But like to me, like rehearsing.
You really have PTSD from Revenge Love behind the scenes.
Literally hours of
That's
just
the
watching.
only thing you're referring to.
Hours of watching takes is not really that interesting to me because I live it.
Yeah. I think behinds can be interesting. Yeah. I was in the DVD era, I was a big special features boy.
Yeah, special features. But that's the thing. If there's a point of view, a documentary
style, yes.
That's interesting to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think, like, I loved when we watched the behinds for, like, Moonlight Chicken, and we saw, like, cow at the funeral.
Yes,
like I thought that was really beautiful. Like there's a lot of it that I think is really interesting.
When it's curated, it has a point of view. Even like when we watched the I Told Sunset About You documentary.
I think more your issue was just that it was like raw, uncut footage. Well, that would be the first time that's RJ's problem.
Yeah, when they're, because the I Told Sunset About You documentary I really enjoyed because we got to see the Zoom reading clips, excerpts, the Zoom reading into the workshop, into creating the show.
Yeah. Yeah, it built on itself. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, it's not interesting to watch someone physicalize like character. Because it's a process. It's not perfect immediately.
No.
Like I challenge someone to find an actor who like gets it right away. Even like whoever you think is like the greatest actor of all time needs time to work themselves into a character or a performance.
I mean, that's why like obviously the beauty of movie or like filmed media is that you can do multiple takes to get the right one.
Yes.
The excitement of live acting is like it's in the moment.
Yeah.
And you have to be dropped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's pros and cons of both.
Yeah.
But honestly, I will say this because I tease a lot about the fact that we went to theater school because we did do movement classes.
We did do movement classes.
And they were very, very woo-woo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I paid $3,000 to have someone explain to me how the color orange moves.
Yeah, how does orange physicalize?
Right.
How does orange move?
And it doesn't. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
But also, we got like I would say a well-rounded education.
Absolutely.
I would say due to our theater education, I am able to do this.
Yes, able to critique, analyze. And honestly, even just like
be media literate,
even be like aware of my own personal physical
media literacy,
even being aware of my own personal space and how I am perceived in the real world.
Oh, that's perfect because that is what this episode, partially what this episode is about.
Due to like theater school and being like the craft of knowing how I am, like how people see me. Specifically for performance, but you carry that in real life. It's also a year later. We are sophomore.
Yes, we've jumped 1 year. I saw a comment that said that every episode is going to be a new year.
So the feedback, the comments that I made on the first episode
recap,
in the recap, where I was like, I don't know if we need this. I don't know if we need to see this. Once I found out that they're dealing with how to be like working actors or like the idea of dreams versus real life, plus we're jumping a year every episode, I was like, okay, I feel so much more.
I'm very curious,
interested, and excited to see.
It is a completely different show by making it every episode is a new year.
Absolutely.
Because it's almost becomes a monster of the week.
Right. Yeah.
Because last week it was like the battle with loneliness and feeling like solitude and like homesickness.
Yeah.
This week it has nothing to do with that. It is a completely new episode.
Yeah.
It is new stakes. They're at a different point in their life. It's a year, like a literal
year.
And while there are pieces of the characters that remain the same, right? And I think Tae is so Tae in this episode.
Absolutely.
Like from Itse.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is the same
The
Tae.
same guy appeared from the first episode of Itse to now.
But one of the qualities I love about Tae as a character is obviously that he's very, in the moment. He's like very like fresh baby in the world. That also means he has big feelings and doesn't know how to handle them yet. He still is that Tae. And I think, I don't know what the criticism of the show is, right? There are people who are like, oh, I hated this show, da-da-da-da. So I'm very curious, like, as we continue, what, like, people's general feedback of, like, without spoiling things, like, what their thoughts of the season were and why they didn't like it. And I'm just curious.
I'm curious, but I am excited and a little relieved that like every episode will be just a snippet of their life way past Phuket.
Yeah.
That it's going to go further.
They're going to graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have a year as full adults
Yes.
outside of school.
Yep. This doesn't really
Pajai.
matter. I didn't, when I take notes, I never know what I actually need to write down to like bring up in the thing. I wrote Pajai is the TA for the movement class. That doesn't matter.
Cool.
But there's something there.
There is something there.
And I cannot figure out what it is.
He has a wandering eye. His eyes linger where your eyes linger.
Wandering eye.
He lets his looks linger on here for Tay, but then later for Oeo. So I'm like,
I don't know if he's ever had an eye for Tay. Now
different.
looking back.
The way he looks at Tay is different than the way
Very
he looks
different
at
than the way he looks at Oeo.
He is looking at
But
Oeo.
I also could be fully reading into this, and then it turns into nothing.
Well, that's the thing, because we said, like, I bet the big conflict is cheating. Now that we know it's a different year every whatever,
I don't think
I think the big conflict is, like, are they able to... Are they able to adapt with what life throws at them?
Right.
Which is, relationships.
Being in a relationship in a long-term kind of capacity. Yeah. It's a surprise birthday for one of the friends.
Mm-hmm. Pug, I believe.
Is it Pug?
I think it's Pug.
At Q's house.
Mm-hmm.
So they all go over. It's the 5 boys plus
Tay.
Mm-hmm. And while they're there chit-chatting, there's a couple things that happen. I bring them up because they will come up later in the episode.
Mm-hmm. They ask him to drink.
They ask him to drink, which he refuses. He politely declines because his first reason was like, oh, I don't like bitter drinks. So they go out and buy sweet drinks. And he says he has a class in the morning. And then the second thing that happens is Fou Formad.
Fou Formad. I don't even know his name.
Formad's. I don't know his character
What is
name.
his name?
A-U-U? Ow?
Fou Formad.
I think it's Ow. He got a new tattoo, so he's like showing it off, and they're like kind of ribbing him about it, whatever. And then he asks Tay what he thinks of it, and he says it looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
Which is so funny. It's clearly a stunt. It's clearly like a wipe away
temp tattoo.
But he says it's beautiful, and then this is when
Oeo is like, well, I have a surprise, and he has a little teacup, tiny teacup on his wrist. And it's for
Tay.
Tea for tea. Tea for Tay, a Tay for tea,
a two for
tea for Tay, a Tay for tea.
Great. And
they
the
pull
response
aside.
is a little different.
Yeah. They have a conversation aside from everyone.
God, this I don't hate. I don't miss at all.
I don't miss this fighting. Well, like relationships fighting in front of your friends. That still happens in your adulthood, honey.
I feel like we get into like arguments sometimes. Mm-hmm. We have never done it in front of people. There was one big one where I lost my mind.
Yeah.
But most of the time, if we ever had arguments, like we would just talk about it here at home. And this feels so 19-year-old energy to me.
Absolutely.
Of like, well, we're gonna step away to like give people privacy, but also you're still there, and everyone knows that you're arguing. Oh God!
You know what's worse than that? Going to a trip to DC and having a full argument on a park bench while your friend
sits on the bench,
one down to be like, I'm gonna let them fight.
Privacy, because it's just the three of you, and you're on the mall, on the National Mall, with the Smithsonian's all around you, the Capitol's in the background, and you're having a stupid fight about God only knows what. This episode is very traumatic for me. Yeah,
a lot of you say in the trauma. You say in the episode you relate a lot to Tay.
I do. I relate a lot to Tay's like stubbornness.
Yes. Yeah.
I see a lot of that in myself, and I really try actively to not give into it because it's very easy to give into that.
Yeah.
But I also relate a lot to Oeo's actual struggles that happen within the episode.
Yeah, totally. They have this argument, but then basically Oeo's like, why did you say that it was beautiful on him, but not for me, blah, 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 blah. And there's like I think Tay realizes like this is not a big fight to like have. Like he kind of realizes that like, okay, this is...
He's very mature in this moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
He like does get a little bit upset, but then it's like, okay, you're right.
It's not
really
worth
isn't
it.
a big. Yeah, it's not worth.
Yeah. But it sets up that he feels a type of way about this friend group.
That OAO is changing.
And I really like that this show is showing it's really even keeled.
Yes. I see where Tay comes from, but also
Totally.
I see the need of OAO to have this friend
And
group.
also that these
and
guys
that the friends
are nice.
not, yes,
Yeah,
they're very nice
they're
kids. Yeah.
Just some nice guys that he made friends with. But it's
I feel this, and I feel the same way for the faculty too, the theater faculty that Tay is in.
Mm-hmm.
That everyone is very understanding that they are going through something.
Everyone is very mature in the show,
Yes.
and it really allows the central conflict
highlights.
of their
Yeah.
issues to be in the foreground and not be swayed by what else is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are other things externally between the friends that happens, right?
Totally.
Like, we're going to talk about Kim later and like her kind of whole drama with the episode. But most of it, I feel like because everyone else is so straight guy, meaning just like...
Not emotionally
Yes.
kind of
It's not
volatile.
charged.
Yes, yeah.
They're
not in a drop.
They are allowed to like flare
Yes.
up into these heightened situations that
Yes.
I do understand if you are watching this would be exhausting to watch.
It doesn't feel like a POV, but it feels like because everyone is so tempered that Tay and OAO are like at the peak of their hormones.
We talked a lot about in Itse about the teen angst and how it didn't feel classically teen angsty. Like it didn't feel annoying and oppressive. Like it felt so real for them that it was like a result of where they are, as opposed to just being like writers writing angst on top of the conflict, right? And I think similarly here, I don't feel that it is like angsty in any way, but I feel that there is anguish that is like emanating from their conflicts.
Yeah.
And that they're having a harder time communicating about it. But thank God we're not entering the like miscommunication field. We're really not. They're really avoiding it.
I know. I hope we don't have to.
There is a lack of communication,
Yes.
but it is not I misheard something and now I'm believing a whole new world exists.
It's a slippery slope to be like, well, you're in love with your friend Q, or you have a crush on Pitop, and so that's why you keep just following them around. There's none of that.
No, there's not.
Which it's refreshing because I think I'm sure that's gonna come later, probably, maybe.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because it feels like the show is more interested in like, they are changing they're growing up.
Yeah.
These two characters are growing up. And so they still be together if they're not the same people that they were when they first met.
I mean, this is the thing that like anyone who's ever been in a relationship with someone in high school is like, that is like you change as a person from like high school to like early adulthood, like so drastically.
Yeah.
That how do you continue to be able to maneuver that change together and still find that common ground together to like enable to support.
And I don't necessarily think that like relationships that you've had as a high school doesn't work, but it's more like you will turn into different people.
You
like
are
you
going
just
to be
become different people.
Yes.
And so are you able to?
And this is why Tay freaks out.
This is why Tay freaks out.
Okay. So yes, he does call Tay ends up calling the tattoo pretty, which is very sweet. And then that night after the party, Oeo gets drunk and then asks Tay not to go to class. Can't you just sleep here for the night? Just don't go to class in the morning. And this
he says yes. He says like,
he says yes. He does stay the night. He takes care of him. He puts him to bed. The tending of the drunk. But
then wakes up and he did go to school.
He did go. He got up early and went to school.
Don't miss class.
He made him kimchi jjigae.
Kimchi jjigae, hangover soup.
Yeah, which was very nice. But this is where you were like, oh, Oeo doesn't like school. Oeo's gonna drop out.
Yeah, I thought he was fully dropping out of college.
Yeah.
Thank God.
He might have. If
he might have. That's true.
Sat in on that advertising class.
Yeah.
I'm glad that ended up being explained because the whole time I was like, what's happening?
What is he? Well, yeah.
So, we get, speaking of OAO at school, we get a scene of him acting, practicing a rehearsal scene for class with a scene partner. We go to the like class where they perform it for their professor, and then the professor like heaps a bunch of praise on his scene partner, and then turns to OAO and is like,
you're still acting the same way.
You're not Butch.
You're not Butch. You're not physicalizing the character that it should be.
In a way that's very nice.
Yes, she says it in a very...
She does not say, like, you're too femme,
You're too
ma'am.
femme. She's saying it as an educator.
It is so clearly what she means.
Yes. It's like, I've given you this note before. I'd like you to keep trying. Have you done, like, extra research of, like, how men at this time period would move and act? And he says yes. He does say yes, that he did, but you don't believe him because he's so shrouded in just like how defeated he is.
You don't believe him, or you don't?
I don't know. He's just
what
acting.
Do you think? What do you think? Do you think he did or not?
I think he did, but because he already doesn't really have a full love for this, or like he's not fully committed, he probably just did kind of like a face value.
It's very interesting. This concept, okay,
He gets a C.
This is a very frustrating part of
acting.
My acting experience.
Yeah.
Specifically in
and
college.
like, they don't tell you this in theater school because they want you to learn the craft.
I wasn't giving mask realness, mama, in school.
You were giving old.
I was just giving, I had like forehead wrinkles, so they would be like, oh, you're a character actor.
Adam plays all the old guys.
I'm also not pretty like OAO either.
Yeah. Oh, so you agree?
Oh, so you agree I'm not pretty?
There is this thing of like in theater school where you learn the basics, and this is where you are able to experiment, rehearse, like try different things. Sometimes it's hard when stuff like this, where it's like you're judged by like, well, how good can you quote unquote perform, when the whole performing is so subjective.
It's so
right?
subjective. It's completely ephemeral.
How do you grade a subjective art
But
form?
we do it constantly. That is what we do
That's
on
true.
the show. We'd
That's
say
true.
like whether people turn in a good performance.
Yeah. I think it's more about...
But the problem is what I always found very frustrating in theater school
is when you make the transition out, like when you turn the acting into like your profession. If this is something what you really want to do.
That for
right?
sure. Of like, you'll get things in theater school where they'll like try to challenge you to do a character that you would just never do in the real world. You will never have that opportunity. There's no reason for you to be challenged in that way. I understand the point of the challenge, but
right.
to me, but also theater school is not just to prepare you for a job.
Yes.
Like it's to holistically help you understand the craft of acting.
Uh-huh.
However, the craft of acting, especially in an academic situation, we can say from our
collective
BA experience,
yes, yeah.
not BFA,
not
BA,
BFA, BA,
is this like idea that you have to lose your entire self in service of the character that you portray.
Right.
And I think there is, to some extent, a kind of turning of the page on that rigidity of a thought, due to the sheer amount of types of characters there are now.
Yeah.
In new
That's true.
media.
That's true.
Like there's so few, right? If you think about it, like classic drama has like 7 stock characters. Yep. And now we have every single kind of thing you can think of.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I think is like, there is a point that you are supposed to bring a part of yourself into every role.
Yeah.
And that is never focused upon.
That's never focused on. Yeah.
Probably because you already bring so much of yourself to everything you do anyway that they want you to try to do as much as you can to strip that away.
Yeah.
But when we start talking about people's identity in terms of specifically in terms of OAO, and I guess my issue as well, like gender expression is like, it feels so reductive because
it kind of invalidates your own persona and invalidates your own individuality.
And it's also,
which there is a part of that in acting, right? Like, you do have to somehow embody the character.
Correct. You aren't yourself. But I've found it more realistic that, like, when you are casting, you're taking the whole person. You're not just taking their skills as an actor and if they can embody this character. You're taking the whole thing of, like, do I want to work with this person? Also, will the
like,
audiences believe
will
that
the
this
audience
person
believe
is,
this?
like,
Yes. And if they won't believe that character, will they at least believe what their version of this character is? Because I think now, I mean, like, you think of, like, big movies in Hollywood and it's like, oh, it's another Jennifer Lawrence character. Oh, it's another, like, the same actors ostensibly can play same roles because they like what that person, the individuality of that person is enhancing the role that they're playing.
And it's also weird because it's never, when you think of, like, actors who play often a similar type role, it's almost always comedians.
Yeah.
Because their charm of their
personality,
personal sense of comedy comes through in the character.
Absolutely.
Like, Melissa McCarthy plays the same character in every movie she's ever made. Maybe except, I guess,
Will You Ever Forgive Me?
Will You Ever Forgive Me? That was not really like a comedy. But outside of that.
But as a comedian, they're able to kind of go full in for the bit. But yes, I agree. It is a fine balance of learning the craft in school, but then also being able to know what is the reality if you do want to pursue it. I will say, for the benefit of schools and the education system, because I even though as traumatizing as it was, I'm very thankful and grateful for my theater education.
Of course.
Like we said, it wasn't until we took a class that was like, it was called audition seminar, and it was like, this is the class to tell you, like, what you need to actually prepare for if you want to be a working actor. And that was when it was like light bulbs left and right that I was like, oh, I actually can't run for the roles that I've been training for.
Yep.
I should be running for like the Festi. I should be running for LeFou. Like, those are the roles. And I'm sad that, like, our school didn't do it. I mean, truly, our school never did comedies. It was like a true shame that I wish we did more. We were able to bring out the comedy in the place that we did. Yeah. But, like, it wasn't until I was out of school and doing community theater that I was like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be playing.
So there is a casting that they're both going to go to.
Yes. Tay's very excited. It's literally
it's like a commercial spot for a barista, like a coffee shop.
Yeah. And they make the notes that, like, Pitop has had a cell phone commercial.
Yes, he's made a ton of money. He bought a house.
For his parents.
Yes. That's those national commercials.
Those national
commercials.
Truly. Or one of our friends did a fast food commercial, remember, back in LA?
McDonald's, yes.
Yeah, and paid for a lot of things.
Paid for a lot of things for years. Good for her.
Good for her, honey.
Nice work if you can get it. So they go in for this audition. There's a few things that happen. Kim is also there. She comes out first from the audition. She says she looks too old to be a high school student. She doesn't get it. We've already learned that her character is continuously auditioning and auditioning and auditioning.
Never
and
getting
getting
anything.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Or what she is getting is so
small roles that it doesn't actually pay.
It's not worth it. Meanwhile, Oeo goes in for his audition, and this is the, like, I would say, negative version of
the feedback that he got in
class.
It's like, can you make it more masculine, basically?
You looked great until you started talking. You sounded too femme.
Can you try again? Sounding more masculine. And then the casting guy is like...
It's the worst. And Kim gives this speech as she, like, cries with Tay, which is, this scene is very sweet.
Yeah, totally.
Where she says, like, it's just really hard, but I don't want to give up because I'll just keep working and working and working. And that way, by the time I get the role that I've been, like, it's, like, meant to be, I'm going to be so good that it's, like, undeniable how good I am. And Tae is like, and I'll be here, and da-da-da. And it's very sweet, and it's a nice moment between the two of them. And OAO watches from the side.
Yes. It is very sweet. And listen, there are so many actors that are very famous now that didn't get cast until they were like in their 30s.
June Squibb, mama.
June Squibb, once again. We got to bring her up.
Nebraska's own.
Nebraska's own, honey.
Nebraska the film.
Yeah. June Squibb, like Helen Mirren, like even though she was like, you know, like a Shakespeare, like a theatrical, she didn't get her first film like way later in life. And then like, you know, like we hear these stories so often that like people don't hit their stride. And it really is just like, you never know what's going to come up. You never know what the director or what person like what story they're trying to tell.
Yes, but also the reality for women in acting is way more difficult than men.
Yeah, totally.
Because men are desirable at any age, quote unquote, allegedly, whereas like women have a shelf life. I'm using everything in air quotes in case you're only listening to this.
Yes, these are what the industry has dictated for casting. Yeah.
So later there's a bathtub scene.
They take a bath.
Which is not sexy, by the way.
No, it's like sweet.
It actually really reminds me. It doesn't totally remind me, but it reminds me of the bathtub scene in
Is it one in Only Friends?
No, in A Star Is Born with Gaga and
Gaga's in the bathtub,
Bradley, yeah.
They both don't get the casting.
They neither of them get it. So they're kind of commiserating, and this is when OAO reveals what the director said, and then immediately follows up with, I think I'm done. And I'm
switching faculties.
I want to change my faculty, because he had visited in an advertising class and like was a savant.
Was this all of a sudden? Yeah, the question was like, why is this female razor advertised differently than the men's razor or whatever? And he's like, because of the shape or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Basically, like, just understands advertising very quickly.
Men only have to use their razor for their beard, whereas women use it for other parts of their body. I will say, I actually did like the specific addition that, like, the thing that he understood was the difference in gender. Like, I liked that was the thing that he picked up on before anybody else.
That's the thing. I mean, I didn't even pick up on this, but now I am, of, like, the thing that he's been told that is a problem about him, he actually has a deeper understanding that can be applied somewhere else. Tay does not take this well. He's disappointed. He keeps being like, why are you giving up just from like one rejection? And OAO is like, it's not, this just solidified what I've already been feeling. And then Tay then gets mad that like, why didn't you tell me before?
About it?
Because,
which I think is fair.
Yeah. And OAO was like, I didn't want to until I was like, sure.
Right.
Essentially. Which that's a step in relationship that you have to understand.
You're sharing everything.
Everything. So even if you are, because if in my head, like if he keeps bringing, like if he's like, yep, I got this feedback again in class, like it's already something that you know that you are grappling with, that conversation is with someone else. So when you come up with that conclusion, it's not a surprise to him.
A surprise. Yeah, I think this show, the writing of this season is, I think, very different from season one, but I also do like that there is a lot of things that you are supposed to contextually pull out and is not being said outright. So like this is the reveal that like they're not talking about real things. They're problems in life. Like they're not, we don't know how much they're seeing of each other. It's a year later, but like we don't know how, like it doesn't seem like it's, when he reveals in that
what the director gave
him, Tay is so shocked by it. And he has this wonderful line where he's like, I like you the way you are. It's very sweet.
Yeah, comforting.
And it's obviously not enough because OAO has made a decision. But Tay wasn't privy on any of that leading up to it. Even if it hadn't been, like, even if it still is obviously OAO's decision to make, it makes the other person feel like included, that you are discussing your problems with them,
Yeah.
right? That's the whole point. Then we jump 8 months. Okay?
He's now a little
8 months.
8 months.
By the way, is such a long time.
Yeah.
I have to point that out because
So,
this
like,
decision to change majors happened 8 months ago.
Uh-huh.
And we are about to have a scene that is he is acting like he just made this decision yesterday.
Yeah. So like within the 8 months,
He's not going to auditions.
it's like the last semester. I forget if there's semesters or trimesters, but it's like he finished whatever that term is of that class and then has fully switched.
Yeah. Tae goes to an audition alone. There's like a bit of him now feeling lonely at this audition,
Yeah.
which we'll come back to in a bit. And then he says he didn't get the role, and he goes out with Kim and his like faculty seniors to cheer himself up. OAO joins later.
He invites OAO. He's like, I feel bad I didn't get that role.
Well, okay. So the series of things is he like reaches out to OAO. OAO doesn't reply immediately. He looks on his story.
They're goofing off.
Him and his like advertising
his
buddies.
friends. Yeah. They're all in the same faculty now.
Right. And then Kim reaches out and is like, hey, we should go out to dinner.
Yeah.
And
I already made a reservation because if it went well,
we'll celebrate.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, we'll commiserate. Yeah. So they go out to dinner. OAO shows up late. I liked this moment before OAO shows up where Tae says, why is it so difficult to do the thing that we love? Which I think is like, I felt that.
Yes, totally.
From just, I felt that. You have to, it is a job where you wait for other people to approve whether or not you can do the job that you can do.
Yes, yeah.
Which is insane.
Right.
And I think why a lot of people have recently, like, since the advent of, like, the amount of media we have, people just, like, start making their own stuff. Because they're like, I'm tired of waiting for people to say yes.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
Be your own yes man.
Yeah.
Make a podcast. OAO shows up, and it devolves so quickly.
Because it's the first time that the P's all find out that he actually dropped the faculty, so he's not acting anymore. He's into advertising. Pijay is like, oh, well, that sounds great. Like, I'm so excited for you. Like, that's great that you've made that decision. There's like Pitop and Kim like kind of commiserate and understand. But again, very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. And then Tae is just like, well, yeah, ever since we were kids, like he can never decide what he wants to do.
He's so indecisive. And he's only doing it because his friends are advertising majors. And you can hear a pin drop. Mm-hmm. And then he keeps going. He keeps going. To which OAO like retorts like, I actually had made the decision a while back. It just, that one casting really solidified that I think that was the right choice for me to
and
not
then,
continue
like,
to do this.
Everyone trying to like make it a conversation is like, oh yeah, totally. Like,
I understand. Well, at least you figured it out early.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But Tae did not stop.
No.
He's just like, oh yeah, this is just him. He's all the time.
He's always like
this. Da, 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 da.
Hope he doesn't try to change his major again, because at that point now he's going to be delayed graduating school.
To the point that OAO is like, why are you coming for me?
Why do you come for me so?
Like, hello? Like, so it leads up to OAO being like, well, what? Do you want me to just keep getting rejected like Pikim over and over again to prove to you that like I shouldn't be doing this? And I love that the reactions start from Tae and then Pijay and then Pitop, who looks at Pikim, and she's just like,
it's such a delicious scene.
Yes.
God, I love
it.
I love like dinner scenes that are like very August Osage County.
Yes, like
people
the
getting
dinner from hell.
Yeah, dinner from hell.
Yeah, and Pikim, like, because her whole persona up to this point is like she kind of wears it as a
badge of honor
of like, yes, I know that I never get booked, but like it's gonna happen one of these days. Like, she's not afraid to talk about it. So like there is a decision, like obviously it hurts her, but then she decides like,
I mean, it hurts her because it is like it is
other
someone
people
else who she's really not close to
totally.
addressing the actual truth of the situation, which is like she doesn't get anything. And it is obviously like such a bummer that OAO
He apologizes.
He apologizes
He's like,
immediately.
Yeah, it's like, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said that. And Pikim's like, oh, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Let's keep eating. Let's keep eating.
Oh,
and they have this fight outside, like on their way walk home.
It's just not. It's not good. They have this fight, and this is when now Tae reveals that he doesn't like his friends. He thinks his friends are a bad influence. He's changing too much.
You're drinking all the time now.
You're drinking all the time now.
You're drinking.
Which is insane because we've seen him drunk once from like
at a
party.
Yes.
And it's college.
I know. There was that moment where I'm like, God, it was
that felt very, for me.
It was impossible to like be sober. We had people that were like sober. I was
sober freshman year.
Yes, you were. Yes,
under duress.
Under duress.
Yeah.
Because you thought that would fix everything. It didn't. So then you went the opposite way, and but it's not like you were going out, like you weren't like at home drinking sad. You were just like,
no,
I'll just drink at parties.
Yeah.
And not eat.
Well, that wasn't, you have to clarify. That was not like an eating disorder thing. That was
Adam just didn't
Adam
eat.
Is a lazy bitch
Adam is
thing.
just a lazy person that didn't eat. Yeah.
There's also this moment that is so strange to me.
The water?
Yes, the dumping of the water.
The dumping of the water.
Which is, I guess, the new station that goes.
It feels
this
like
woman like comes out to like pour.
Throws water out.
Is it just water?
I don't know. Is it a latrine or what is it called? Like a.
I don't.
Like a spit, like a one of those. I don't know.
I don't know. She throws a bunch of water out on
chamber
the street. Chamber pot. And Tae like goes to pull. He sees that he's gonna get wet, so he goes to pull Oeo out of the way.
But Oeo pushes back. He doesn't want to get pulled,
wet. And it's the shoes that they had worn, like they bought together.
So they storm off. They
don't speak for a week.
Don't speak for a week. Because we jump again.
Yep. And now we're at the graduation for the seniors. Oh, Tae is so. Oh,
I just feel so bad for Tae because I could tell that his friends all care about him deeply because he is so like optimistic.
Yeah.
And at the graduation,
and
he wears his emotions on his sleeve. Like he is so
his emotions are so big.
Yeah.
And he's so big. While it is very easy to get frustrated with this character because he can be in his own way.
Yeah.
He is exactly who he is because of his emotions.
Or inflexible or like doesn't
he finds out after giving gifts to Top and Kim that he gives this book that's like the pig,
little piggy who couldn't fly away,
the little pig with wings, and it's like this book of like this pig was always told they couldn't fly because it was a pig, but then like I'm assuming the pig flies at the end of the book. Yeah. I don't know. He doesn't actually say what happens at the end of the book, but she like makes a joke being like, "Oh, you calling me fat? Haha." And then she's like, "This makes sense actually because I've decided I'm going to be a flight attendant." And he loses his mind.
It's like heartbroken.
He storms off and she comes to like talk to him after, and he tells her, You were my idol. You were the person I looked up to the most.
Even more than Pitop, who
is like cast a professional actor.
Yeah, he's an actor, yeah. And they're basically what she is saying is almost exactly what Oeo was saying 8 months ago.
Yeah.
And he is saying the same things, almost exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. And
it's Kim, the last thing that she says is like, not everyone's life is the same.
Right. This is when I said like he resonates with me as like a person, because when I went to college, I very much knew what I was going to study. Mm-hmm. Although I did start with 3 majors. Mm-hmm. To be clear.
Did, yeah.
Quickly dropped to 1. But I always knew I wanted to be an actor when I was little. LOL. And when I met other people, or even like heading into college, there were people who were like, I don't know what I want to study. I like didn't understand that experience because I for so long knew what I wanted to do.
Actor, yeah.
So in some ways, like I understand his his internal machine is so different from other people's that it's hard for him to see. The problem is like he's so stubborn about it. And also I think like first of all, there's two things I really like about this. The book that he gives to Kim is so kind. This like, it's such a thoughtful gift.
Yes.
And really shows how much he like values her as a person.
And like,
because the gift to Top is a joke. It's a joke gift. And
admires her not giving up.
Yes, that is what he finds strength in her own strength and resilience and tenacity. And she, in revealing that she's given up, you can't have the same excuse he like has assigned to OAO, which is, you've always been like this, you're very flighty. She clearly has made a thoughtful choice about this, and even is like, I want to like I want to have like a stable life and job and career.
I want to help pay for my parents because they paid for this.
Right. And
he can't believe that someone can make a rational decision to not pursue their dreams. There's a little bit of that.
Yes. And it also, you can tell that he doesn't say it in the episode. So maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but you can tell that his thought process is, if you give up on your dreams, doesn't that mean that I might have to give up on my dream at some point too? And he's already suffered the fact that his dream was about both him and OAO being actors together, and now half of that dream's already dead. He feels alone. He says later to OAO when they finally have like this big talk, he feels alone.
He's going to castings alone. He's by himself.
And he doesn't like it. He misses when it was like the two of them trying to do this together. And OAO has to remind him, like, but I'm still here with you.
Yeah.
You are not going through any of this alone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm constantly here for you. And I think he like goes off, he storms off, he goes to like some bridge to like look out the water for like a whole night. They get worried about him. He's ignoring calls. He comes back to his dorm and OAO's there. And it's like, people have been calling me, looking for you. Where have you been? And this is when like Tae breaks down. And I think this mini journey feels like a smushed version of like the whole journey of season 1. Journey of season 1 was very different, but his instincts are the same. His like stubbornness and like trying to push it back or like trying to provide the explanation in his head that is different. Like, he doesn't want to believe what people tell him at face value. Yeah. Like, he thinks there's like a nefarious thing or like an ulterior motive that people have for doing things.
Yes.
And you can tell through this episode and his thoughts, like him like thinking about it on the side, he has like grown as like a person. And of course it's still frustrating as an audience member because you're like, he can't like just let them live their lives.
Yeah.
He cares so much that it like hurts that they don't care as much as he does.
Yeah.
And that's how he is like internalizing it.
Yes.
And
invalidates like him caring so much that it's like, how silly of you to like take this as seriously as you are. Yeah. And I think all that, I just think he's so good in this role. It's insane. And I loved this scene on the rooftop where they like finally talk about it and like come to a conclusion. And now that I know each episode is going to be a year, I'm like, so this is like this. This is the arc of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. There's a line he says on the roof where he says, "Having you with me makes me feel like I'm not fighting alone." And I thought that was very sweet. I like that he's growing up and like figuring out how to express himself. Even though, of course, it's annoying that he ran off for like 4 hours or whatever and was by himself.
And I did like that OAO, like, because he wasn't lonely anymore going into this year.
Right.
It was then able to force him to like look inward and like, do I actually want to be doing what I'm doing right now? And so it's nice to see.
I'm curious if they're going to bounce back and
forth each episode. I know, that's the thing. Like, it's nice to see him kind of settle that so that he could help Tae. So I'm worried. I'm curious how that will keep going. Which I think, I mean, that's how relationships work.
Yeah.
Once again, like.
And they are like,
They are changing.
They are changing, and they're
Yes.
becoming fully who they are. I mean, that's what OAO says. Is he's like, "Are you going to be mad when? Are you going to blame my friends when I become the more actualized, realized version of myself? And are you going to leave me?" And that's when Tay says, "Maybe." And I knew he was going to say that because that is his character. Is
Yes.
he wants to say the thing and then he wants to immediately take it back.
Yeah, yeah.
That felt so true to season 1.
Yes, totally.
I just feel like these characters feel like this is the
It's
progression.
connected, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think that was a concern, right? Of like, what is this season? What is this series going to like show that I
What's it going to illuminate? That
didn't
we
didn't
already
already care
know.
about.
Right.
And it's like, no, you're still seeing them go through more.
It doesn't end
It doesn't end
with the true love's kiss.
Yeah.
MVP?
Go ahead.
Kim.
Kim, yeah.
100%. I think. I mean, also we're gonna have so many more chances to give it to the boys, but
absolutely,
she's so good
I agree.
in this episode.
Kim kind of like takes this episode from everything, her rehearsing on her own, the breakdown in the casting call, and then the being the subject, the butt of the joke or whatever, and then to the realization at the end. Like it's such a fully formed person, and the decisions that she make is so concrete. And even in these little like moments, you fully track like her development.
It's such a beautiful character it's such a beautiful female character that I actually feel like we get so many girls who are pining after the boys, and that's not her character at all. Her character is fully like about the craft and like her own own
personal journey.
She feels like a main character of her own story.
Absolutely.
And I think she's so well written.
I think so
too. I really like her in this performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I'll say Kim too. Well, that is I Promise You the Moon, episode 2. Join us on patreon.com/boysloveboyslove where we watch the rest of the series. We'll be back next week to discuss episode 3. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for sharing, being open and vulnerable.
Oh, there's more where that
I
came
would
from.
love to not be reminded of college anymore, but I think we will. I'm curious to see, because I feel like this episode was so specifically like theater school stuff.
Yes.
I do feel like next what's coming is probably more okay, like we have to
drama.
Yes, we have to be real people now.
Because they have not put to bed the issue about the friends.
I agree.
He brought it up, but it has not been figured out.
I think Q and Jai
are going to be
something is going to test the relationship that I think involves them. Not necessarily cheating, maybe miscommunication of like misunderstanding of the relationship. Maybe something happens. I don't know, but
I don't know.
I don't think the friends thing will be put to bed.
No, because it wasn't here. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you next time.